I'm like, Janelle, you're hitchhiking right now. You can either be murdered at this moment or possibly raped. This is a thing. It's your girl Jelly, and I'm back with another video. So based on the title, you already know what's up. You saw this title and you're like, girl, that sounds like a hot ass mess. It was. Okay, so today it's going to be my first story time. Let me back up. Oh wait, that might have been a little cute. Shining. Okay, before we get into this video, just want to know one thing. Have you subscribed yet? You have? Okay, awesome. You haven't? Well, I'm gonna need you to click that button down below. Okay? And if you are subscribed and you're not getting my videos, or if you are subscribed, make sure you also click that little bell so whenever I do post, you'll know right away if you miss my little posting alerts. But today's my first story time. We're just gonna get into it, and I'm gonna talk about the time that I went to go see my bae and it was a fail. Lost my car and had to hitchhike home. This is a true story. Right. Many more story times to come if you're really interested, because this is my life. Ask anyone. Oh, pretty much. How does the story even start? You know that meme where it's just like you turn up at a party, you're throwing up, and at the end of the day you're in the backseat telling your friends like, drop me off at my boo's house. If I can find it, I'll insert it. Drop me off at my boo house. And it's like, girl, you don't want to go home. No, drop me off at my man's house. Okay. So that was the type of night I was on. Okay. Went out with my girls, the usual. Went out, turned up, had fun. At the end of the night, there was this guy that I was talking to at the time. And this is when I lived in Buffalo. There's a guy that I was talking to at the time, and I think we were talking for maybe 2 or 3 weeks. We're just getting to know each other, stuff like that. I wanted to go out, but for whatever reason he wasn't out, or he told me to like come chill after the party, come chill after the party. And I was like, all right, I'm with my girl, so after the party I'll come see you. Wink wink. I hope that looked cute. The party, I'll come see you. Okay, cool. That was the plan. I was gonna go over, we're gonna chill, we were gonna have some drinks on top of the drinking that I did earlier during that party with my friends. Yeah, he had a little wet bar in his kitchen, so it was about to be on and popping. It was on and popping. I thought I had a new view. I thought it was cute. Okay. Ooh. After the party, I pulled up to his house. There wasn't any parking on his block, so I parked. I found parking eventually after like 10 minutes. The car, and I have a bottle of Bacardi with me. It's probably like a liter. It wasn't something that I was gonna we weren't gonna like drink. Like I said, he has a wet bar and he like makes drinks or whatever. So I was just like, okay, we're gonna have a couple shots and he's gonna mix us a nice drink. Okay, honey, it's gonna be a smooth night. So I had the Bacardi. I'm walking with the Bacardi, and I get to his house. I'm calling him. This is like, I want to say maybe 3 in the morning. I'm calling him. He's not answering. I'm in front of his house at this very moment. I'm calling him. I think this was my first time at his house, or maybe my second time at his house. So I'm not necessarily sure. I think I did ring his doorbell. I can't remember. It was a 2-family home. There was an outside door and an inside door. The inside door led to his space. He lived upstairs. There was a family downstairs. And I think I was like ringing the doorbell, and I was calling him. He wasn't picking up because it's late. I assumed that he was sleeping. So I was just like, let me call him. My phone dies. My phone is dead. So I trooped into my man's house at 3 o'clock in the morning because I was young, hot, and ready. Nah, I'm kidding. I mean, I guess now that I look back at it, that's what it sounds like. Like, girl, that was not no innocent, let's chill at 3 o'clock in the morning. But at the time, I'm like so like naive. Anytime like boys say stuff, let's not get into it. But anyways, so my phone dies. So I'm like, damn, like my phone's dead. He's not picking up. I don't want to be banging on his door. Like, it's a 2-family home. Like, I don't want to wake the neighbors. He's not picking up. And I'm just like, you know what? Let me go home. Because guess what? It was a fail. And I should have just went home after the party. And I should have just called him in the morning. Because, yeah, what are you doing, girl? Stop. I go to look for my car. I'm walking back to my car. Mind you, still got the Bacardi. My dead-ass phone in one hand. Still got the Bacardi. Walking. Oh, I didn't even tell you, because right before, I have this thing, like, sometimes when I'm nervous, I like take a shot. Like, I'm nervous shot. So, of course, I get to his house, and I'm, like, so nervous. So, I'm, like, taking, like, shots in the car. Like, cracked open the Bacardi. I was, like, taking shots because I'm mad nervous, and I'm about to chill with this guy late at night. Yeah, whatever. I started to get lit, okay? When I start to get lit, it's like my vision and my memory just starts failing me for whatever reason. What am I drinking, right? Listen, everything. But my memory starts failing. So I'm starting to walk to my car because if I'm too lit, usually I just sleep in my car or whatever. But I start to walk. I walk to my car and go sleep it off in my car and then drive home. I start walking, my memory my memory just fails me. And I realize I can't remember where I parked my car. I can't remember the street that I parked it on. It's 3 in the morning and there's not a lot of street lights. Where's my vehicle? If you watch my other video, you'll be like, damn girl, you always losing your car. Yeah, yes I am. So I got into the habit of like Ubering. Once I leave a party and I feel like, oh wait, you're not sober, I'm just gonna Uber and I'll come back for my car tomorrow. I do that all the time. But back then it was just like, my phone's dead, so there's nothing that I can do, pretty much, right? My phone is dead and I'm walking and I'm lost. And the guy that I went to go see is asleep. I say it's probably like, and it's cold. I think it was cold because Buffalo is a cold ass place, okay? I'm walking and I'm cold and I'm tired and I'm lit. And I'm never gonna talk to this guy again because he told me to come to his house and now he's asleep and now my phone's dead and I'm roaming on the street lost, okay? Forget him. Which I ended up talking to him for another 6 months. But that's another story. Now, at this point in time, I reached this like intersection on the road. And I knew the area. I knew it was far from my house. And Buffalo is not a place where there's like buses and there's cabs. And no. If it's 3 in the morning, you're assed out, honey. You're assed out. You're homeless. Nobody's gonna get you. Because people barely even walk in Buffalo. So if you're outside walking, it's very strange. But anyways, I reach an intersection and I realize like, okay, you're very far from his house. Like I must have walked like a half a mile and I don't know what to do. Like I'm starting to panic a little bit and I need to sober up. Like my mind is just like, hey girl, you're lost and you need to sober up and get home because this ain't no joke. You're gonna freeze to death. So a car was passing by, a bunch of guys in the car, like frat boys or whatever. And I'm like, hey guys, do you know where X, Y, and Z is? Which is the guy's house because I know for a fact I parked really close to his house. So now I'm lost and I just need to get back to his neck of the woods because that's where my car is. I'm like, hey guys, do you know where so-and-so is? And they're just like, yeah, it's just over there. It's just down the road over there. And I'm just like, is it far? Because I feel like I'm so lost and I don't know what to do. Is it like far? And they're just like, we can bring you. And the passenger's like, yeah bro, let's just bring her, like it's just right there bro. And I'm just like, thanks so much. It's like a car full of guys. I get in the back and I'm like tucking the Bacardi so I don't look like a maniac walking around with a liter of Bacardi. And they're just like, what are you doing out here? And I'm just like, yeah, I was just going to my friend's house and my phone died and I'm lost. And yeah, in that moment it would have been a great idea if like I knew the guy's number so I can use one of their phones. But of course we depend so much on our phones. And I knew not, and there was not like any of my friends in Buffalo driving, I think at the time. So there was just no way. And my mind didn't think maybe you should just call a cab. No, you can even do that in Buffalo at that time. You weren't getting a cab at that time. So pretty much they ended up dropping me back at the guy's house. Really funny, like, all right, get out. And I'm like, thanks guys. Being on the guy's step a good like 10 minutes. I said, I'm like sitting on this guy's steps and I'm like, yo, how did this happen? I'm so lit. Like, this is what you get for being fast, trying to be Buddha. Okay, this is what you get for trying to be hugged up with a dude you just met 3 weeks ago. Okay. I mean, not that that's bad, but he was a really nice guy. So it was just like, no, okay. That was me stepping into the dating pool because I'm like super like, when it comes to dating and like talking to guys. But this was like the first guy in in a couple of years actually that I was really like, I really liked. So I thought it was just a good time. And he showed me a good time the first time that we hung out. So I was like, okay, he's cool, whatever. So he dropped me back at the guy's house and sitting on the steps in hopes that maybe he'll just wake up randomly. There'll be a light. And then I can throw a rock at the window and then he'll come up and be like, oh, hey, what's up? No. Mind you, I was super cold. At this point, I'm just like, Janelle, you have to try one more time. You are a scholar. Okay, you are a college student. Okay, you're gonna have to figure this out. Okay, so I try it one more time. So I'm walking and I'm like, okay, you parked near his house, let's go in the other direction. So the last time I went in like that direction, this time I went in that direction. Okay, let's try this again. I'm walking 10 minutes has passed again. Mind you, when I first parked the car, it maybe took me 3 minutes to get to his house. So the fact that I'm walking 10 minutes and I still can't find my car, I'm bugging out. Then out of nowhere, the Bacardi that's in my hand, it slips. And like, I'm like tucking it because I don't want to like walk on the street with it in my hand. Like, look, I got some alcohol, I got some Bacardi. It slips from under my armpits and like shatters all over the sidewalk. Now I'm mad. Now I'm tight. My whole year's ruined. Now I'm tight and I don't want to know me. And you know, it's a good drink, man. And it was like his little gift. Like, hey, even though I cracked it open, took like 3 shots. It was like his gift. So now I'm like pissed off because I just bought the bottle. I'm cold. I'm tired. It's 3 in the morning. My little boo thing is asleep. Okay, outside the house. Okay, can't find my car. I'm back to square one. Now I'm like having a titty attack. I don't know where I see the intersection that I was at like 20 minutes ago. So I was about to go back to that boy's house and sleep on his steps because I just couldn't. I was like, the done. I was like, I'm done. This is what you get. And I was really talking to God like, Lord, are you just telling me that like dating isn't for me? Boys are just not for me. Relationships aren't for me. Boot up is just not my thing, okay? Because, or maybe I should just take it easy, okay? And just don't talk to people after 8 p.m., okay? That's what I was thinking. And it's not like Buffalo's a place where there's cabs. There's no cabs, there's no buses. Like, people drive. And if you're walking, you're poor. Like, what are you walking for? Because for fun? That's weird. But basically, I see like a truck, like a pickup truck. Like a pickup truck drives by. 3 in the morning, there's no cars on the street, barely. Pickup truck passes by. So I go to the side of the road. Dave, hello, sir, excuse me. I think it was a red light maybe. And I went up to the truck and I'm like, excuse me, sir, do you know where I am? And I'm like being real dramatic, but I'm very frustrated. And do you know where this is? And he's like, yo, you're on, I think it was like Delaware. You're on Delaware. And I'm just like, I'm just trying to find my car and then it's so late and I'm so tired. And he was just like, are you trying to get home? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm trying to get home. And I just like, I can't, I don't even know what to do right now. Super dramatic, but that's exactly how I did it. He's like, let me take you home. And I'm like, oh my gosh, thanks so much. So I jump into the pickup truck. I'm in the truck and he's driving me home. My house is maybe like 15 minutes away because everything in Buffalo is like 15, 20 minutes, 30 tops away. 15 minutes and I'm in the car and I'm like drip drop. Oh my god, I can't believe this. I'm so tired. He's like, it's okay, I'll get you home. Nice fella. So we get near to my apartment and I'm just driving in this vehicle and that's when it finally clicked. Because sometimes I'll do things that are very questionable and until that moment and I'm so naive sometimes and I don't know why, because in my mind I think that like, oh, people are good, like people are good people until like you can prove that to me. Like somebody could be in my face and they can just like be flirting or like doing all these things, but it will totally go over my head until they're like, I like you and I'm trying to make you my baby mama. And I'm like, whoa, this got too far. How did we get here? But there were clear signs and in my mind it's just like, meh. So he's driving me home and I'm just like, oh, finally about to get home. And then it dawned on me like, Janelle, you are in a stranger's car. You are hitchhiking. You are hitchhiking. It's not my first time, by the way. I hitchhike often. Not anymore since I turned 24. So I'm like, Janelle, you're hitchhiking right now. You can either be murdered at this moment or possibly raped. This is a thing. I do pick up hitchhikers though, by the way, because I just feel like God has blessed me with safety, so I kind of just help people out sometimes. Anyways, I'm just like, you can either be raped or murdered at this moment. You did get into a man's car that's driving around at 3 o'clock in the morning in a city that doesn't really have people that do that. Okay. What are you about to do, sweetie? You have to get out alive. At this moment, I'm not sure if I think I had heels on. I take my heels off. Because honey, if you gotta run, you gotta run, okay? So I'm like, Janelle, take your shoes off. I start taking my shoes off and I'm like still like slightly crying, whatever. So we're getting closer to the house. And now I'm just like, now I'm feeling like, damn, like you're getting here, but he's starting to act a little weird. Like maybe he wasn't gonna murder me, but maybe he wanted my number. He wanted to talk to me and be very weird in that moment. And maybe if I said no, he would have acted up. Who knows? But I felt that pressure of like, this is not a good idea. So I start acting a fool, okay? And I start going off like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I finally got home. Thank you so much. I'm so tired. I can't believe this happened to me. I'm going off. And he's just like right here. And I'm like, yeah, right here. Thank you so much. Oh my God, I can't believe you got me home. I just want to go to bed. I'm so tired. And he's just like, okay, well, we're here. So, and then, mind you, as I'm doing that, being dramatic, I'm unbuckling my shoes. As soon as he stopped, I'm like, okay, thanks. And I grab my shoes and I start running out the car, like slam the door behind me. And he's just like, wait, hold on. And I'm just like, nope, we out of here. And yeah, I get in my house. I drop all my stuff and lock my door off. I looked and he drove off and I went to bed and I was done. Put my phone on the charger and I was just like, clearly God was giving me a sign that I should just stay my ass in my I should stay my ass in my little house and stop doing stuff like that because you thought you was cute by trying to go to some boy's house at 3 o'clock in the morning because you know what I mean. And that was a fail. And I tell you, I don't want like a one-time experience, and I don't do that stuff anymore. And you know what's crazy too? I called him the next day and he was just like, what happened? I thought you were gonna come over. I was like, oh, I did. I was there, but I called you and you didn't pick up. He was like, oh yeah, I was sleeping. I was like, oh, you were sleeping? Yeah, you were sleeping. I figured. And then my phone died. He was like, oh man, that sucks. And I'm like, yeah, it sucks. He's like, why didn't you just bang on my door? I would have woke up. And I'm like, in that moment, I was done, y'all. I was like, bang on your door? I should have. I should have. You know what? Little old me was concerned about the neighbors, okay? And having someone call the police because there's a drunken girl banging on a random door in their calm neighborhood. I ended up taking a cab to his house the next day. I want you guys to understand that this is his house. A little crooked finger. This is his house. This is his block. My car was parked behind his house. Right. It was the block over behind his house. I was so pissed off. My car was literally right behind his house. Are you dead ass? Are you dead ass? Yeah. Listen, never again. Never again. Now I have little texting buddies or little friends. We don't hang out or talk after the hours of 10:30 maybe. On the weekends, if I'm turning up at the club, you can catch me on Snapchat at 1, but later than that, hell no. Hell no. I'm preserving my battery. I'm taking my ass home. All right. That was a story about how I got lit, went to my boo's house, lost my car because I was too lit to remember, and then hitchhiked my ass home. 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, man. Anyways, you guys enjoyed the story. If you want more stories or more stories of my crazy adventures and things like that, make sure you give me a like. Give me a like. Why did I do that? Give me a like. comment, subscribe like I said before. Look, I never end out these videos, but like, comment, subscribe. Shout outs to the ones that have already. Love you guys. My life is a mess, and if you have me on Snapchat, you know there are way more stories to come. Yeah. Till next time, it's your girl Jelly.